Hello, and again, welcome to RL Furry Productions.
Thank you, mysterious robotic co-host. Hey, it's Lurks here, and we're going to be talking about Anthro Weekend Utah 2024. It is one of my favorite cons, if not my single favorite con every year. If you're not familiar with it, Anthro Weekend Utah, or AWU, is a small to medium-sized con held at the Davis Conference Center in Layton, Utah, just north of Salt Lake City. The con has definitely grown into the convention space nicely, and there's some talk that it's getting a little big for this particular convention center. As I understand it, the issue is there really isn't an intermediate space for the con to step up into before they have to go all the way to the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City, which is massive. So for now, the con space and the hotel rooms are perfectly good. Now, speaking of the hotel, despite buying the highest tier registration, which is totally worth it at this con, I did not get a room in the main hotel for the first time. Also, my longtime roommate at the con, for whatever reason, just didn't respond to my messages and didn't show up. Now, I was kind of irritated that I was going to have to be in a hotel across the street and walk in the 100-degree heat in my fursuit, but when I saw the hotel room, it kind of made me feel a little bit better. The Home 2 suites actually had much bigger rooms than the Hilton Garden Inn, and it was actually pretty nice. And honestly, door to door, it was only about 300 feet. Running across the street in 100 degrees sounds worse than it really was. Even in a full digitigrade suit, I wasn't sweating by the time I got to the convention center, and all was good. One of the best things Anthro Weekend Utah does is theme integration. They do it better than any other furry convention. The theme is everywhere. It encompasses the whole convention. This year's theme was Portal. And when they announced it last year at closing ceremonies, I was like, what? Huh? Excuse me? What is this? I admit I had to ask somebody what it was. Now you may be thinking, what kind of idiot doesn't know what Portal is? So around 2007, when I think Portal came out, it was a period of time when I just was not into gaming at all, so I was pretty much ignoring anything gaming related. Although the theme was a little confusing at first, they did a great job of pulling it together. It turned out to be one of the most unique and cool themes I've ever seen at a convention. As always, they had a theme-related game that you could do. You had to go around to different stations around the convention center and solve puzzles, and you got a special collector pin if you completed it. And as usual, I forgot to complete it. The decorations throughout the con space, as always, were on point. Everything was theme-related. I really love the artist that did some of the banners this year, plus the belt that you got with the certain tiers of registration, and the hotel key bracelet that they give you. Coolest thing ever. One thing about Anthro Weekend Utah is that people have deep pockets, and they are very generous. I once again walked away with nothing from the charity auction. I really wanted one of the hallway banners featuring Ark on it, who is one of my favorite convention OCs, but unfortunately I did not win. They went for way more money than I was able to spend. Last year, the per attendee charitable donation was the highest level of any furry convention in the world. I'm not sure if that carried over this year or not, but that is super awesome and shows how generous people are at this con. Some of the props, like a portal gun, went for $3,000. Wow.
3,000. 31. 30,000. 3,000. 3,000. No, 3,000. 3,000. 3,000. You.
They raised over $35,500 for an animal rescue charity. Furries do good work, remember that. Although I did not win anything at the charity auction, I did end up making a very nice purchase in the dealer's den. Have you seen these before? No, you haven't. These are my brand new YouTube paws. My old ones were getting pretty wrecked. I will put a link down in the description to the vendor I bought them from. The panels, as always, were really good. There was a good variety. I actually attended several of them. Some cons, the panels just don't interest me and I don't go to any, but this one, they were very interesting, and I had two of my own panels. I, of course, did video content creation, as I do every year at multiple conventions, and this year I tried out a brand new original species panel. I got an awesome piece of artwork of Elwood. I got a little tiny bunny rabbit, which is back there. I got a handmade little paper star, which is over there. Thank you so much for the people who gave me gifts. And I gave back by giving away my old YouTube paws, or actually a newer set that I bought that I didn't like and didn't match the fur on my suit very well. Somebody got lucky and got a free $150 set of hand paws. Elwood doesn't get out to too many cons just because of packing space and airline luggage restrictions. I drove to this con, so Elwood had the honor of representing us in the fursuit parade. That was super cool. Thank you very much to my friend Echo Dutchy for filming the parade for me. That video is already out. If you want to check that out, I did a separate one of the fursuit parade because it was almost a half an hour long. We had a record number of fursuiters at AWU this year. Well, that makes sense because we had a record number of attendees. Attendance was up to 2,448 people from a little over 1,800 attendees last year. Okay, so what's next year's theme? As was revealed at closing ceremonies, it will be Pirates of Air and Sea. Yes, space pirates and sea pirates interacting with each other somehow. Pirates, though, that's the important thing. It's a super cool theme. Haven't seen it at too many other cons, surprisingly enough. And I'm already thinking about fursuit accessories and what I'm going to bring with me to make the best of this awesome theme next year. All right, as you know, I rarely have any criticism for Anthro Weekend Utah. I love this con. But it is time for a little segment I'm going to call
A Little Constructive Criticism.
So Anthro Weekend Utah has always been a PG, family-friendly con. It's a con where parents can feel safe bringing their kids, and it's really magical to watch the kids interacting with the fursuiters. They have such a great time. It also means it's a great con to go to for people like me who just aren't interested in the kink fringe of the fandom. It's kind of a break from seeing that stuff all up in your face at a lot of cons. This year, all of a sudden, there were pup hoods. Now, I am not anti-pup hood, I am not anti-kink. I did a whole video on the pup hood controversy. You can go check that out if you want. But I was a little surprised to see them at Anthro Weekend Utah with all the kids running around. There are more kids at this con than at any other con in the country, I'm pretty sure. The rules used to explicitly say you cannot have pup gear or pony play gear on the con floor at any time. This apparently was changed very recently, right before the con. I know there was an AD pet play panel on Sunday night, very late Sunday night, which is a first for the con. Maybe it was related to that. Again, I don't hate pup hoods. I have good friends who wear them, but I don't really know if they're appropriate for this particular con, at least not during the day when kids are out. I kind of hope the con staff will rethink this, maybe make those an after dark kind of thing. But anyway, that's just my opinion. It was a minor thing, not a big deal. Overall, I think Anthro Weekend Utah is the best furry convention that I attend. All right, by now you're probably like, shut up already, I want to see silly fursuiters running around. And you're about to see that right after we give the obligatory shout out to our super awesome, amazing, generous patrons. Your generosity helps keep this channel going and growing. We are forever grateful to you. Thank you so much. Whether you are a patron or not, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for talking to me and taking pictures with me at Anthro Weekend Utah and making it a magical weekend. All right, thanks for stopping by and enjoy my Anthro Weekend Utah 2024 convention video.
I trapped you all here inside my lab. And I've hijacked Giga's teleprompter and made Jojo read it.
You read it though.
It wasn't even all that hard. Now that I've taken control, I have some science to do. But there's rules to follow and there's science to do. Follow each one well and you'll get tiramisu. So make sure you have fun and before we get done, you'll get tiramisu and high fives.
Tiramisu? What are they talking about? The tiramisu is a fursuit! Simon says to disregard that statement. When you hear this sound, you are to start dancing.
35, 140, 140, 145, 145, 145, 150, 150, 150, 150, 155, 155, 160, 160, 160, 170, 170, 170, 180, 180, 180, 190, 190, 190, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, so. One ten, 120, 120, 120, 130, 130, 130, 130, 140, 140, 140, 150, 150, 160, 170, 180, 180, 180, 180, 180, 180, 190, 190, 190, 200, 200, 210, 210, 210, 220, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, 210, so.
I don't want to get its attention right now.
Fair.
So listen.
All right.
It is unequivocally importanticious that you understand, Jared, that I am not the enemy.
Oh.
Owo is building something in the liquiferous pod at the back of the aperture facility. It's alive.
Now, where did that hairball hawking feline flee to?
Ah, I must discontinate. Remember, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Thank you.